From a university perspective, I would say everybody understanding that there are times in the year when all of us are not functioning optimally. Finals are difficult for everybody. They're stressful. They can be a time when you feel more anxious. That's a normal feeling. And I think when we all talk about that more and rely on each other and reach out for help, it's a much healthier community.
I guess being compassionate, being empathetic about people's struggles is the best way.
Just to be, a little open-minded, get some, just some basic education, because either, you may know someone that has a mental illness, or you may come across someone that has a mental illness. That's very likely that that'll happen at some point.
I think we all need to be looking more carefully and be attuned to the fact that maybe a student not attending class or not handing in assignments, that type of thing, is not a student that is disengaged, but a student that might be struggling with mental health issues, and being willing to ask those questions and to refer appropriately.
I think the biggest thing at universities is spread awareness, spreading awareness towards the problem of addiction, and the resources available on campus for these problems would definitely be a huge help.
I think the most important thing is to have some type of mental health policy in place. And that policy needs to be clear on all levels. So it needs to be clear to the students, to the professors, to everyone. Then the students would be aware of what's available to them, and the faculty members would be aware of what to offer to their students when they're struggling.
I would say student leaders have a really big part to play in normalizing the experience of having, issues with mental health, having ups and downs. I think staff can really take a compassionate attitude towards students, understanding that, being in university is a stressful time in people's lives, and looking at the whole student is really important.
I find that the best analogy is how a kaleidoscope, it has all these broken pieces, and when you look through it you see something beautiful. Well, I feel that people are the same way, because we have all these bits of pieces in us and they all represent different things. If they were to view us as with all our bits and pieces, no matter how they fit together, they would see something beautiful. And I think that's what people need to do. Just instead of judging people based on one or two aspects, they need to look at the person as a whole and really get time to know them.
So I think something that universities really need to step up and do is help students to navigate the mental health system, because obviously they won't be able to do it for them, but help support them as they're taking those steps.
Everybody. I think new students, faculty, student clubs, we're a community, so I think that as a community, if we work together, we'll see more progress.